Hiya again, everyone. I've got part 2 of my DVD collection for you now, so I'll just get straight into it. The first one I've got is Step Brothers, with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. Great comedy film about two older guys whose parents get together and they end up having to live together as stepbrothers. So yeah, I mean, with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, you can't really go wrong with a comedy with those two in. And it's got some really good special features on there as well, quite a lot of special features. This is what the disc looks like. Just a picture of them two there. And then it just came with a boring leaflet in there, which hasn't really got anything to do with the film, but yeah, that's that one. The next one is Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I really like this movie. It's Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. They made this, I think it was just before they got together. Not many special features on this. It's got commentaries, deleted scenes, making a scene and trailers. But it's a great comedy film. Really funny, something really different. So yeah, that's a really great film. The next one is kind of a British rom-com classic. It's Bridget Jones's Diary. Renée Zellweger, Hugh Grant and Colin Firth, some great well-known names. It's just a brilliant film, really funny. The sequel, I haven't got the sequel on me on DVD form, but I've seen it and they're both hilarious. But yeah, it's just a really classic British comedy film. So yeah, there's that one. Another classic British rom-com is Notting Hill, which also stars Hugh Grant and Julia Roberts. It's about a normal guy who owns a bookshop and falls in love with a movie star. And yeah, it's just really funny. Rhys Ifans, if that's how you say it, plays Spike, which is Hugh Grant's character's roommate, and he's just brilliantly funny. Yeah, it's a really feel-good, warm movie. So yeah, that's a classic, and I don't know how many times I've watched it, but I never get bored of it. Next one is Mrs. Doubtfire. I haven't actually, sorry, a bit dusty. I haven't actually seen this one yet. It's got Robin Williams in it. So I know it's a great film. I mean, it's like a classic comedy, but I just haven't seen it yet. So I'm going to watch that one soon. But it was only £3 at Tesco, so I thought I'd pick it up and watch it. And it's probably the sort of film that you can watch over and over again and never get bored of. So I thought having the DVD was quite a good idea. So that's that one. Next one is Warm Bodies, with Nicholas Hoult, Teresa Palmer and John Malkovich. It's a kind of zombie rom-com. I mean, if you're like a really into zombie films, and I won't say snobby, because I mean, I watched The Walking Dead and I think that's brilliant. This isn't like a classic zombie. This is more of a comedy spoof take on a zombie film. But it is brilliant. It's basically about this zombie who finds out he has feelings actually, and falls in love with a girl, and her dad is like the leader of the human survivor camp, and he doesn't believe that zombies can have human emotions. But yeah, it's a really great film. Just got the cover art from the disc on the beginning. So that was that one. Next one is Donnie Darko, quite an old film with Jake Gyllenhaal in his earlier days and Drew Barrymore. It's quite a dark film, quite a strange sort of film. It's something a bit different, but I really enjoyed it. I've watched it a couple of times now. It's basically about a troubled teenager who has visions of this rabbit, and there's like a story behind it as well. It's very unusual, let's say, but it's a great film. I really liked it. So that's Donnie Darko. Next one is The Boat That Rocked. Some great names in this: Philip Seymour Hoffman, Bill Nighy, Rhys Ifans, Nick Frost and Kenneth Branagh. It's about the radio rock on the radio ship in the North Sea. yeah, I mean, I watched about half of this and then I sort of got sidetracked and didn't watch the end of it. I think I was just doing something else while I was watching it. So I think I'll definitely watch this again and, you know, pay more attention to it and get a proper idea of whether I like it, because it was actually my friend recommended it to me. She said it was brilliant. And it has got Nick Frost in it, who is one of my favourite comedy actors, along with Simon Pegg. So yeah, I will give that one another go. So that was that one. The next one is kind of strange. This is Spring Breakers. I mean, I can't remember how I got this. Someone gave it to me, because it was like quite cheap at Tesco's, but it's got James Franco in it, who I like. But I mean, the cover looks quite strange. I'll give you that. But it's apparently about these teen girls who are trying to raise money for spring break and end up using toy guns to hold up a restaurant. But when they get arrested, they get bailed out by an actual local drug dealer, and they just go on this mad adventure. So I haven't seen this yet, but I probably will watch it. I don't know. It doesn't really look like my sort of thing, but you never know, it might be quite good. So yeah, that's that one. Next is The Heat with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. I really enjoyed this film. It was really great. I really like Melissa McCarthy comedies. I think she's a great comedy actress. And this is sort of a cop movie with her sort of classic comedy take on a character. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I would definitely watch that one again. Next I have Horrible Bosses. I watched this once. I bought it because it seemed to have some quite good actors in it. It's got Colin Farrell, Jennifer Aniston, Jason Bateman. But I have to say, I didn't find it as funny as I thought it was going to be when I watched it. I know the second one has come out, but I don't think I'm going to buy that one. I don't know, it just wasn't I didn't find it that funny. It was kind of a strange storyline. I didn't think it really had any real story arc to it. I don't know, but I mean, it was quite a good movie. It just wasn't one of my favourites. But that was Horrible Bosses. Next, another one with Melissa McCarthy and with Jason Bateman. This is Identity Thief. I really enjoyed this movie. I mean, I've seen it about 3 or 4 times now, and I don't think I'll watch it again for a while. But it's definitely one that I will dig out again, maybe in a year or so, because I only watched it the last time was a couple months ago. And it's not one that you can watch over and over and over, but it was a pretty good comedy, with a pretty cool story arc in it. And yeah, I did enjoy it. It was really good, actually. So I'll definitely watch this one again sometime. So yeah, that's Identity Thief. And lastly, we have Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. This was like the #1 film. I don't know what year it came out in. I can't see it on here. Oh, 2011. Yeah, 2011. This was like one of the most popular films, and I bought it a couple years later. It's got some great actors: Colin Firth, Tom Hardy, John Hurt, Toby Jones, Mark Strong, Benedict Cumberbatch, who I love in Sherlock, and Kieran Hines. It was kind of a story that you have to stick with. I mean, it was kind of a slow burner, but it was a really good film. So yeah, it's something I'd recommend, but you have to stick with it right to the end, because in the middle I did think it was going to be a bit boring, but you have to stick with it to the end. So that's that one. Oh, and Gary Oldman, of course. He plays the main character. So yeah, that's that one. And that's all of those DVDs for now. I have been buying a few more, some new, some sort of second hand from charity shops and things. So I'll do another video on those at some point. I might wait until I've got a couple more. But yeah, that's my current DVD collection, part 2. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back with another video soon. Bye guys.